Afternoon. Pastor Greg here, Faith Lutheran Church, Harvey, North Dakota, coming to you with my midweek message. Quick check-in, what's going on here at Faith, and of course the quick devotion of one of the texts that are on Sunday. So glad to have you here. We're thankful that you join me in this endeavor, and I hope that you find some comfort and realm of goodness out of it. Today is October 26th, 2022. Yes, we're wrapping up October, which means there's a lot of stuff going on here at the church coming up. So we have the annual meeting on Sunday, the 30th, and that is following worship. So come to worship, enjoy a taco bar lunch, and then we'll have the meeting. Hopefully the meeting doesn't take too long, and then we can move on our day. Then also on the 31st, which is Monday, we have Family Fun Fest, which is our annual event. Last year we had a little bit more, not quite as full as previous years, and of course COVID kind of put a little damper in our previous 2 years. So we're back at it. Our not so spooky trail is based on the Wizard of Oz this year. So you'll walk through the Wizard of Oz, you can catch some treats and enjoy. And again, it's the not so spooky trail, so it's not meant to be scary by any means. Do join us for supper during that time. And it's a light supper. It's nothing fancy, nothing heavy. So just something simple like hot dogs or something like that. I'm not quite sure what they're going to change. So, and then only one thing I want you to put on your calendar for further, and I don't believe this is going to change now, but on November 13th, we have a fundraiser going on here at the church for Alec Miranda of breakfast for help offsetting some of his medical costs. And you're welcome to join us for the pancake and sausage breakfast, starting at 9 and going till 1, I think it is. So join us then. But also, that means we're going to move worship to Saturday evening that weekend. So the 12th of November, we will have worship at 7 p.m. on that day. So that's something to keep in mind, and you'll be hearing a little bit more about that as time comes on. I don't want to jump too far ahead of it, all the other stuff going on. So that's kind of where we are with that. Other than that, we're just kind of finishing up year-end stuff here. We're glad that things are going well, and I'm thankful for Marilyn, who our secretary, who got all those annual reports together and put out in time. And so we're ready to have that meeting. Well, that's really what I've got for you. I don't want to overload you with a whole much more. Do join us on Wednesday nights still for our Wednesday evening Bible school, our Sunday school on Wednesday. So join us then. All right, that's all I'm going to say. So today or this week, one of the texts that we have is from Luke chapter 19, verses 1 through 10. You're welcome to stop now and kind of peruse that or just kind of walk with me on it. This is the story of Jesus and Zacchaeus. This is really quite interesting, Jesus and Zacchaeus, this text. And I'm planning on at this point preaching on this particular text on Sunday, but I don't know, that might change yet. And the reason I'm planning on it is because I've never preached this text. I have no history with it. I have no previous messages that I've provided. And so I'm intrigued by it, and it gives me an opportunity to delve deeper into the text as I prepare for worship on Sunday. So that's kind of why I'm selecting it. But you know the story. Well, you may not know the story, but the story is Zacchaeus, a tax collector, but not just a tax collector, a chief tax collector. And it says, and he was rich. So he was doing well for himself. What more did he need, right? When we have wealth, what more do we need? And yet, he says he was seeking to see who Jesus was. And that line to me is an interesting line only because I wanted to know what caused Zacchaeus to want to know more about Jesus. Was it just the good things that Jesus was doing? Was it the just maybe the pomp and circumstance of wherever Jesus went? I don't know, but it intrigues me and it makes me wonder if the Spirit was working through him and giving him a little tickle to go see Jesus, to go see what he was all about. I think Jesus says, come and see, or come. I should say the disciples would say, come and see what's going on here. Come and see what's going down with this Jesus that we're following. Maybe we should learn something from that. In any case, he was having trouble. He was having trouble seeing Jesus because he was kind of short in stature and he was kind of behind the crowd. And you can imagine a chief tax collector is probably not well liked, probably not allowed to get through to the front of the line, to sit in the front of the parade so he could see. So he goes down the way and he climbs a tree. Now, a grown man climbing a tree is something funny anyway, especially in that time frame. But here's this Zacchaeus, this chief tax collector. He's climbed a tree just so he could see Jesus. And Jesus, of course, says this line, and it's a beautiful line. Zacchaeus, hurry and come down, for I must stay at your house today. And they grumbled. Yeah. Jesus was going to go eat with one of those sinners again. Not only eat with him, he was going to stay there. But what I want you to really grasp of what's happening here is that Zacchaeus was seeking Jesus, which is great, and we should seek Jesus, but we can't lose sight of what happened. Jesus invited himself to Zacchaeus' home to stay there, and he's doing the same for you. Zacchaeus is inviting himself, or Zacchaeus, Jesus is inviting himself into your home, no different than Zacchaeus, into your temple, your body, your mind, your soul. And then when we realize that's happening, what you should really grasp is what happens next is that Zacchaeus changed. Yes, he was the chief tax collector and he was rich. And now he realized all that he had done and he gave back. He gave back more than he had taken because he had changed, because he saw a different kingdom. He saw the kingdom of Jesus and not the kingdom of man. And that's really, really what I want you to get out of that text. And that's all I'm really going to say on that particular text because it's so powerful. Today's salvation has come to this house, Jesus says to Zacchaeus. And he said that about the tax collector last week who cried out, Lord God, have mercy on me, a sinner. And he was the one who had salvation in his house. Calling to Jesus and hearing him and allowing him to join you in your house is what it's all about. Enough of that. Prayers this week. I don't really have a specific group of people that you should pray for. We have our prayer list. If you have that, if you brought your bulletin home, go ahead and pray that list. And then pick one person and pray for them today. Blessings and peace to you on this beautiful day that the Lord has made. And as you go on your ways, do take care.